ready to drop Tato off to his dad. And I'm gonna miss him very much. I'll be gone for 1 week, heading to Miami first, and then I'll be flying home from Rotan, Honduras. Troy's dad lives all the way in Palm Harbor, Florida, so that leaves me with driving an hour and a half there and back today. So most of my morning will be going to driving. And then when I get home, I'll be getting all my stuff ready to go for Friday. Alright, so I just dropped my son off. We used to live up in this area, Clearwater, Palm Harbor area, about 4 years ago. But me and my son's father split up, and I decided to move south to be closer to family, and I'm so happy that I made that decision. I do not miss the traffic here. It's crazy. They've been doing construction here since I can remember. That's Florida construction for you. They start on a road, and it takes them about 10 to 20 years for them to get it done. Unbelievable, man. I am passing the school I used to teach at in Clearwater, and I taught there for about 3 or 4 years, teaching aerial and my hula hoops. That's about the only job I would rather do besides traveling and performing, is actually teaching, because I still get to do what I love in a way. You still get to create and make acts up with the kids, so that's always fun too. I could never imagine myself doing a 9-to-5, and it's not that I look down at doing 9-to-5s. It's just never been for me. I guess just being a creator, every time I try to do a job like that, I felt like I was dying more and more. Every day I was at a job like that. But everybody is born with different talents, you know. Some people are born with those, you know, office skills, or, you know, whatever those 9-to-5s require, and they like it. So, you know, kudos to you guys. Before I became established with my own shows, I was doing a few jobs. I had a cleaning job. I was teaching. I also sang in a band, and that was obviously my favorite because I was still performing somewhat. And before my hula hoop act was even mastered, I was doing little gigs here and there on the side in between those 3 jobs. It was definitely a lot of work. I remember just thinking to myself, the more I practice, the faster, you know, I will figure this out. And I remember, especially in the beginning, people were like, you know, the naysayers. What do you think you're gonna do with, you know, what do you think you're gonna do with a hula hoop act? And I remember just not focusing on those people, those negative people, and knowing what I had to offer, and kept going. And I remember within a week of me sending my demo, I was on the ships. And that was, my first contract was in 2009. There's still naysayers out there, which is really funny. There's so many artists and so many people that do hula hoops. But, you know, if you put time into your craft and really put time into it and practice and figure to be different, you can really make a difference. That's where you have the advantage, is by really being different. Try not to look at other people, because you'll never find yourself that way. You'll never bring out your uniqueness that way. If you're watching other people and you're taking their material, performing material or style or whatever the case it is, you're actually stealing from yourself, because you're not giving yourself a chance to create your own style or your own image or your own ideas. It's okay to be inspired and look up to other people. Like I've looked up to other people and has been like, man, I want to be as good as that, or I want to look as beautiful as that when I'm performing. But I don't like mimic everything they do. You know what I mean? Because it's actually, I would be embarrassed to do that. I really work hard to look different from the other million hula hoop girls. You could make your show so interesting that it won't fit in with those throw-in acts, even though it's the same acts that are used for throw-in acts. You just got to be creative enough. Everyone goes through challenges in life. It's life. There will always be challenges. I still deal with challenges, but those challenges only make us stronger. I've been struggling with trying to figure out a prop situation with traveling, and it's been a nightmare. But it's not going to stop me, because I know once I figure it out, things are going to be looking up for me. So you got to keep, even when you hit walls, even when nobody's helping you, because you'll find a lot of that too. Not everybody wants you to be successful. If you keep going, you'll get breakthroughs. Like I got a breakthrough. I'm starting to figure out this prop situation. That's just one more hump that I'm getting over, and I'm seeing the light. Finally, after years of trying to figure it out, literally years. And once you reach that point, you're gonna be so happy that you didn't give up. I just want to go back. I'm a big believer on mindset, and you have to have a certain mindset to be successful. You really have to believe in yourself, and you have to know that where you're at today is not the end. Setting goals is important, because once you set your goals and you see how far you got to go, you can start checking off little things to get closer to where you want to go. We're all different, and we're all unique. So use those God-given talents that you have that makes you special. The things you are good at are going to take you to the next level. Once you start working towards your goals, it's important to remember not to overwhelm yourself. I'm a person that I want to do everything every day. Like I want to get everything done. But there's just days that you can't, and it's going to make you feel bad about not getting all those things done. And it's not healthy for you to do that. Again, just being realistic. We're not robots. Check off, a couple of boxes a day until you're at that level where you want to be. I really don't blame a lot of people for not wanting to be in entertainment. It's a lot of work. People don't see the work that goes in behind the scenes and off stage. Like, not only do I have to rehearse and keep my training up, but I'm also a full-time mom. And that alone, being a full-time mom, as so many women know, that alone is a full-time job. A lot of the times if I have a gig, I have to organize my mom's time. She's running 2 bars, and it's a little hectic sometimes to figure out, but I always figure it out, and thankfully my mom finds the time to help me so I can continue being in entertainment. But another thing, my mom has her own life, so I can't always ask her and, to help me all the time. Like, I have a lot of gigs that are offered to me, but because I am a full-time mom, I don't get to take all of them. Because it's very important for me to be present in my son's life, I don't take a whole lot of work. As much as I love it and as much as I would love to do it all the time, I don't take the work because I want to be home with my son and I want to be there for his basketball games. And I never want him to feel like I was never there in his life. Being single in this industry makes it a lot easier. It's definitely not like it used to be. Like when I was growing up in show business and I traveled with my family, a lot of shows were very welcoming to having family acts and family, in the dressing rooms, and but now it's really not like that. One thing I have learned is you can't always be perfect. Like you just have to go for something, and I'm starting to realize that the more and more older I get. I've always struggled with always trying to be perfect all the time, like with everything that I do. And it's just not realistic, It's not. You're going to make mistakes. Even, the people you look up to make mistakes. So never come down hard on yourself because of that. The more mistakes you make, the faster you will learn. The only difference between successful people and other people making mistakes is that successful people make it a positive thing. They learn from their mistakes and they don't allow mistakes to keep them down. Anything desirable is not going to be easy. It's just not. But you got to really make that decision. You got to stick with it or give up. Those are your two options. Nothing comes easy in life. It really doesn't. You gotta work hard at it. You gotta work for it. And remember to be grateful for where you're at right now. There's a lot of people that are way worse off. Believe me. We live in an age where everybody posts their best life and everybody posts their best, selfies and, successes. But we all know people that are living their best life on Instagram, but the truth behind their stories. So just remember that. Never try to compare yourself to other people's best life moments online. Just stay focused on you and your growth. Remember to try to enjoy the process. This is one that I struggle with all the time because it's like I want to rush the process and get to where I want to get. I'm sure, everybody feels like that, but if we don't enjoy the process, we'll just be miserable the whole way until we get there. And most of the time, even when we get there, we're like, focusing on the next thing. We're not even enjoying, the challenges we've overcome. We don't even stop sometimes and just be like, man, I did that. I overcame that. So try to be, grateful and enjoy the process and happiness. That's everybody's life goal, is just to be happy. So if you're happy doing a 9-to-5, or if you're happy with, the position you're in right now in your career, then, I'm happy for you. But I'm just sharing some of my experience and some of my tips that helped me along the way. So that is my video for today, you guys. I hope I inspired or helped you in some type of way to grow yourself and to just look at something in a positive way. I got to get back now and start packing my